Hey y'all, it's Chris with Rockin Farm. I don't have any kind of big intro today because today's kind of a messed up day for me. Today is the day that my first two Idaho pasture pigs are going to the processor. So we're in the process of all of that right now. I just finished up morning chores and now I'm taking the truck out to the trailer. I probably didn't need to because they learned really fast, but basically what I did is I put the trailer out in the pasture with them and trained them to get in there with some feed. So this hopefully will go pretty smooth. I've got just a little bit of feed here. I don't want them to get car sick on the way to the processor. So I've got just enough feed to kind of convince them to come into the trailer with me, and then we'll hook up, and shortly after we'll head out. Well, the sun's up now. I'm about 20 minutes from the processor. I knew today wasn't going to be easy, but oh, these darn pigs. You know, y'all, when I brought them on my property, I promised to love them because I just think that's important. But I gotta be honest with you, I did not expect to fall in love with them. This breed is just so unbelievably sweet. I mean, when we got pigs, like, you know, I'd heard about pigs, I'd seen pigs, I'd been around pigs. Pigs were always this really dangerous animal, you know, mischievous, misbehaving, always getting out, and, you know, Lord forbid you're not paying attention and you turn your back on them, and, you know, just that's all the stuff I'd heard about pigs, but that is just not this breed. The Idaho pasture pig is unbelievably sweet, almost dog-like in a way. So yeah, this is hard. So this is that moment that I was talking about in my last homesteading video, the, you know, how do you get your homestead part 2. I have to remember the reasons why we do this. We want to make sure that we are eating ethically sourced meat, not animals that have been mistreated and abused their entire lives, having their guts stuffed so they can grow as fast as possible, and standing knee deep in their own feces for their entire lives in a small pen with 500 other pigs, you know, eating their own dead, etc. You know, we don't want to eat that meat anymore. We want to eat meat that was loved, meat that was honored. We're not 100% organic, 100% GMO free, but I know what's in the feed, and I know where the feed came from, and I know how much of the feed my pigs ate, and, you know, so I know what went into them. It's not perfect, but as I've always said, do not let perfection be the enemy of greatness. So these are the reasons that we raise our own pigs, and I have to hang on to that because, quite frankly, y'all, if I don't hang on to that, I would not have the heart to go through with this today. I'm not 100% sure how to feel right now, y'all. I mean, this is tough. But you know what? They were great pigs, and we gave them a great life. And you know, I kind of went out of my way to find a processor that was certified humane. The drop-off process was unbelievably humane. You know, they're not crammed in with a bunch of other pigs. They've got their own pen, and the pens are shielded from the other pens. So you know, they don't have to deal with all that stress. They're not going to be in there very long. You know, I mean, they actually said I can probably give them a call in about 3 or 4 hours, and they'll be able to give me hanging weights. So I've made the right call. They were raised with love, and they were raised with humanity, and their lives are going to end in a very humane way, and they're going to feed our family. So you know, full circle. I honored them in life, and they are going to honor my family, you know, through their deaths. And so it's like I feel good, but man, it's tough. You know, I was talking to somebody else about it though, and they said that if this ever gets easy, it means you're not doing it right. So, you know, I hope it never gets easy. All right, we got a long day ahead of us. I've got to drive back. I've got to move some pigs, and if everything goes according to plan, I'm hoping that as sad as this day is starting for me, that it will end on a very happy note. So let's see how the rest of the day goes. Whoo! All right, back home from the about hour-long trip. I'm going to show you right now where the three guys are going to be going. The three guys are my two barrows, my younger two barrows, and my younger boar. I'm moving them out to about 0.7 of an acre so that I can free up my barn. I'm going to show you right now. The acreage that I'm going to put them on is primarily what I would just call native land, I guess. The grasses in it aren't anything that would be super high quality, but obviously, you know, I mean, this is some of the stuff that animals have survived off of for centuries before we came along. There's some stuff in here they'll eat. There's some stuff in here they won't eat. I'm going to use a combination of the pigs and some mechanical methods, i.e. mowing, to start improving this pasture. And we'll kind of see what happens with it. If you can kind of keep it mowed down and start to improve the soil quality, which I'm hoping the pig poo will do, then you can turn what I'm about to show you into what's behind me relatively quickly. So if you look out here where I'm moving, those are chicken tractors I'm moving right there. We got a couple of rains, so the grass is greening back up. But, you know, I mean, there's still some junk that grows in there, but this is primarily grass. Whereas this pasture out here, which is unbelievably rocky, so it's not really good for much other than having animals on. We've never had the ability to get in here before, so it's very much just native. This is some of the little projects I've been working on. You know, I got the water set up and it's all ready to go. That's turned off right now, but there's my electric solar panel. I got the fence all run, and like I said, they're on about 0.7 of an acre. If you look right there, that is a homemade DIY pallet hay feeder. So I've got that filled with that higher quality hay and alfalfa mix. And then that little glint right there, that little silver glint you can see, that's their house. We're coming into winter, but they're gonna have the shade from that tree. That big tree is in their pasture, and this big tree here is in their pasture. So they're just gonna have a nice area where they can really roam, they can sun, they can sit in the shade, they can get a drink. Like I said, I mean, you wouldn't know it, but when we moved here, the pasture that I showed y'all a few minutes ago looked just like this if we let it go. It was, and now if we let it go, it's a lot of different native grasses that grow up nice and tall. So most of this thistly stuff and wild flowery stuff, and we've gotten most of that out of the area that I call the orchard. All right, y'all. So these three pigs, because they have never been moved before, and we also haven't had them real super long, and I have no help here in case things go wrong. So I think what I'm going to try to do, since I've got this livestock trailer here, is I'm going to try to get them loaded up in the trailer and then pull the trailer over to their pasture. Even though it's a fairly short walk, it's just if I let these guys out, even one at a time, and you know, a dog gets stupid or a pig gets stupid, like I said, I've got nobody here to help me, and I really need to get this done. So I'm going to try to back the livestock trailer up to the barn, basically give them one path, and that one path is onto the trailer. I've got their favorite treat with me to help me along my way. We're just gonna have to kind of see how this goes. Who wants another one? Hey, who wants another one? You dropped it. Oh boy, here. Whoo, y'all! I love it when a plan comes together. All right, y'all, I'm more or less gonna get out of their way and let them start to discover their boundaries. So what exactly was gonna be the happy ending to this day? Well, we brought a little somebody home. Say hi. Say hi. Panchita is our new gilt who has been exposed to a really fantastic boar over at 8th Time Family Farm. So not only did we gain another breeder quality Idaho pasture pig, but we're gonna have babies on the ground real soon here. So the area that I just had the barrows and the boar in, that's where she's going. It wasn't on camera, but I removed all the old hay, made sure there was, picked up all the pig poo, made sure I cleaned the pig water nipples real good. And so we have a nice clean environment for her. She's got down fresh bedding hay and fresh alfalfa. And that's gonna be her home until she farrows in about 5 or 6 weeks. Welcome home, mamas. You want to eat some papa? Huh? Man, y'all, what a day. Who would have thought that farming could be such an emotional roller coaster in one less than 12-hour period? The day started out as a really tough day. Talked to my wife right after I dropped them off, and like I said earlier, it's just you have the heart to go through with it because you're doing what's right, and you did what was best for the animal. If somebody else had that animal, they wouldn't have gotten treated that good, especially some factory farm that sends their pork off to the grocery store. So that was tough. Came back home, used the trailer to load those 3 pigs out and put them over in the pasture. Use the trailer to drive over to 8th Time Family Farm and pick up Panchita, our bred gilt, who will be our breeding sow going forward. Just so you know, our plans for her, we're hoping that we're going to get some really good looking girls out of her litter. If we do, then we're going to keep like the best of the best of the best as far as a gilt goes. And at that point, we will have 1 sow, 1 gilt, and then our boar. And then we'll start building our program from there. But it's really cool. It's really exciting that things are really kind of stepping up for Rockin 8 Farm. We're finally at a place where I think we're almost done just investing money, and we might actually see some start coming back at us. But the primary reason we're in it is for the homesteading aspect of it, for the food, the good quality food, and the humane treatment of animals, knowing where our food comes from. So if we can make a little something off of it too, well, that's all the better. Thanks a whole lot to my friend Mike, who let me borrow the livestock trailer. I probably put about 350 miles on it today, and I used it to move 6 pigs. So, you know, it got some use today. To be honest with you, I'm really kind of digging this thing. I might have to start looking into one for myself. And thank you to my friend Melinda and her family out at 8th Time Family Farm for taking such good care of Panchita for us. We knew that she was bred almost 2 months ago, and Melinda held on to her for me for that additional 2 months. In order to make sure that I could get these guys off the processor and I would have access to a livestock trailer. So, you know, that's the signs of a good breeder right there, y'all. You know, they give you information, they give you education, they give you quality pigs, and they're willing to do stuff to help you out. You know, I mean, if you think about it, technically, I guess I'm kind of competition for Melinda now. But that's just not really the way that the Idaho pasture pig family is. You know, it's really about building the breed and for us to all be able to start sharing our genetics and building up our own herds, more than it is about, you know, get out of my way because I want to sell a pig, not you. So just awesome stuff. And I couldn't be more excited or happier going forward. So y'all, if you have any questions or comments, you want to know more about Idaho pasture pigs, either shoot me an email at rockin8farm@gmail.com. Or go ahead and drop something down in the comments section. That's all I've got for you for now. And until I see y'all again, this has been Chris with Rockin8 Farm. Be happy and live healthy.